Good evening, everyone. I also want to thank Uhuru for putting on this forum. I think we need more forums like this in the city. I was at the Justice Center the other day going up to the courtroom, and I saw Diop out there handing out the flyers, and people were shocked. They never, I mean, you usually come in there, you see the cops, you see lawyers, and you never see activists, you know, saying, look, let's get together and let's do something about this system. And that's what we need to do. Another lawyer, you know.
Yeah, I know. You see
Yeah.
what the class
Yeah, I went to Temple, and I was studying to be a teacher in 1978, and I got my teaching degree, and I was radical at that time, I guess, organizing student unions and what have you. Prior to the Batson case, the DA could remove any black person and didn't have to give the reason for doing it. And that happened so much here in Philadelphia. So many people who were black were tried with all white juries during that time. It was rare to see a black person on the jury. And like Mike said, a lot of African Americans come in and they invent all kinds of excuses that they can't serve, but whites come in from the Northeast and they're anxious to serve. They do anything to serve because their minds are made up. They want to send somebody to jail. So right after that, I got a call from a letter from Bumi Abu-Jamal. He wanted me to come up to look at his briefs. And I looked at his brief. And one thing stuck out in my mind. They had removed most of the African Americans from his jury. And I told him then, that's the issue. And that turned out to be the issue, one of the latest issues in his case. I saw a lot about the justice system. I've been practicing for about 27 years, and I've never worked for anybody like Mike, except for when I came out as an intern. But when I passed the bar, I went out on my own. And you know, I'm disgusted with the justice system, to be honest with you. I feel when I'm sitting there that this is a sham, that people should be up in arms in this system. And, you know, I looked at, because I had a background in education, I looked at the education system, and I looked at the justice system, and I saw two systems working together against our people. 85% of the people in jail dropped out of high school. Absolutely. And that's not a coincidence. Because I was in the education system, I saw a lot of statistics. And one statistic I saw, I will never forget. And when planners go to plan how many jail cells to build, what do they look at? They ask themselves, how many children can't read by 3rd grade? And obviously in our community, there's a lot. So there's nowhere to send these children. You know, they get out of school, they can't read, they can't get a job. You know, the only people that are hired are the drug dealers. And something has to be done about that. Another thing that we have to do something about is the political system. These judges, they should be run out of town. And Mike and I know a lot of them. That they're incompetent. They have no business sitting up on the bench. They were on the bench because they knew a ward leader. Because they put $100,000 or more out there in the street, thriving committee people and ward leaders. Then they sit up on the bench. Most of them have no experience in the law, never tried a case, know nothing. And obviously, since they got there that way, they're puppets. You know, they have to do what the system tells them to do if they want to keep their jobs. Then we have the DA. which is, that's a very critical position, and it's just, it's really sad that we let Seth Williams get in there as DA. And Mike and I disagree on that part. But Seth Williams got the FOP endorsement. Yes, now that tells you something right there. Yes, they're not going to endorse Mike McCord. Right. They're not going to endorse Leon Williams. When they endorse you, you had to tell them something in order to win the endorsement. 2 weeks after he got the endorsement, Seth Williams came out and said that when it comes down to sentencing Mumia again, he'll move for the death penalty. Yes, he did. We can't let that happen. We can't let it happen. We can't let them kill Mumia, and we can't let people like Seth Williams get in there on the pretense of being black and then turn the system against us. That's right. So I would argue that we got to be vigilant. We got to demonstrate. We have to stand up and speak out. But we have to control the education system where our children go to make sure that our children have other alternatives than to deal drugs and go to jail. And then we have to control the political system to make sure, and it's easy. I mean, Seth Williams got something like, I think it was about less than 30,000, maybe about 40,000 votes. It's 350,000 registered black Democrats in the city. It would be easy for us. I mean, we don't know how it would be because we never even, most of us never even thought about having a DA like Michael Cord in there. A DA with conscience. I mean, the city can't even contemplate that, but that's something that's within our grasp that we can do. So again, I want to thank Huru, Brother Diop, and the rest of you for standing up and speaking out. And hopefully we'll have that justice that we want in the city. Yes, we will have.